and welcome to Earthfile. I'm Chimeze Obi-Wago. Biodiesel development in Nigeria has over the years been given little attention because of the myriads of economic strain and stress facing the country like any other third world country. Biodiesel is a renewable source of energy that has not been fully tapped. It can facilitate clean air, readily usable in existing engines and transport facilities, capable of generating employment and income for citizens and the country at large. On the program this week, our focus is on algae plant, which is readily available in every part of the country.
The world is currently facing a noticeable problem of oil crisis with the increase in the consumption of fossil fuel. Fossil fuels are non-renewable and its consumption has been projected to rise by about 60% in the next 25 years. This, together with significant depletion in resources over the next few decades, can result in further economical constraints. Although Nigerian energy resources include crude oil, natural gas, coal, and renewable energy from biomass, hydro, solar, and wind, it has been reported that only crude oil and natural gas are well developed. Nigeria has petroleum reserves and petroleum provides 95% of foreign trade earnings and about 80% of budget revenues. Current estimated oil reserve in Nigeria is about 37 billion, with daily production capacity of over 2.4 million barrels of crude oil. This implies that at the current rate of utilization, the oil will be depleted by 2053. That is according to OPEC Oil Reserve Data 2012. Currently, Nigeria imports about 80% of required refined fuel. Because of this huge challenge of fossil fuels production in Nigeria, we visited some experts at the Faculty of Science, University of Lagos, to have a better understanding about biodiesel through the use of algae plants which are abundantly available in every part of the country.
An algae is a plant. An algae is a plant that grows in the land and also in water. Algae is the only living plant present in water and is the only producer present in water, both in the sea, in fresh water, that's rivers, and in the lagoon. We have about 11 different groups of algae, up to 11 different groups of algae, depending on the type of pigments they have. That is the type of colors in a layman's language that they have. All types are readily available in Nigeria. Some of them, we are still discovering them because Nigeria is in the tropics.
The need for the use of algae in biofuel was realized after the problems created by fossil fuel. So as a matter of fact, the issue of global warming and climate change may be connected to the problems created by fossil fuel.
Bioenergies are renewable, sustainable, and environmentally friendly. Although Nigeria has a lot of various biomass material, production of biofuels in Nigeria is faced with a lot of challenges. It has been argued that a large-scale production of bioenergies from food crops as replacement or supplements to fossil fuel cannot be realistically achieved because of possible negative effects on food security.
And if we back up a bit, the earlier researchers who wanted alternatives to fossil fuel started with food crops like maize, sugar cane to produce ethanol. But you see, those ones would compete with food resources and may hamper food security. From then, we moved to the second generation plants used for biofuel. And that was, one good example is jatropha. But then, outside this country, algae have been used biofuel. US, for instance, there have been some giant steps taken. In fact, the maiden flight from Bush Airport in Houston to Chicago by the American Air Force was fueled by biofuel using algae. And then in Nigeria, work has started, but it's still early.
There is high potential for large-scale production of biodiesel from microalgae in Nigeria.
If Nigeria will produce biodiesel from algae on a large scale, I am very sure we will export. It will generate a lot of revenue for Nigeria. I mean, that is very true because we have a lot of strains that we have not worked on. Foreigners come to this country, they collect our water sample to get new strains. And that is the in thing outside the world. They are looking for new strains that can generate more oil in shorter period of time. They have worked on, in quotes, probably all their strains, and they are looking for new strains. So they are coming into Nigeria, going into our water bodies, collect the water sample. A cup, even less than a cup is enough because you will be surprised what you will get. Then they isolate them and they start working on them. If Nigeria will tap into it, I am very, very sure it will be a source of revenue for the government, and it is going to help our economy at large because that means we'll be producing oil, biodiesel, and not just any kind of oil, a renewable one, one that is okay for the health of consumers. It doesn't pose any threat to our health. I mean, it will go a long way.
Globally, the world is addicted to fossil fuel, but we are seeing the negative effects now. There is need for us to go to renewable energies, energy sources with less carbon footprint or with less negative ramifications. With regard to Nigeria and renewable energy usage, the world is moving towards cleaner energies. Nigeria too must do the same. Fossil biodiesel from algae is a good alternative, but there are issues, there are challenges, and there are difficulties. There is the dearth of technical competence, infrastructure deficiency, etc., etc. And of course, identification of the unique strains for each strain will require, each strain's requirement is different for optimal production, particularly at an industrial or commercial level. And it's only at this level you can get the true benefits of the fossil fuel, the biodiesel production, as it were.